Akash for joining for the today's mock interview. This is the mock interview of day 22. Already we have uploaded day 21 mock interviews already completed. Okay, out of that, one person joined nearly 15 mock interviews, and he has cracked a job in one of the MNC company, which is HCL. So after cracking a job yesterday, he attended day 21 mock interview as well. So we need that much of a dedication. Even getting a job also, he had attended mock interview. So like this, if you continue, right, Akash, at least for 10 to 15 mock interviews, definitely you will also crack a job in one of the big MNC company. So if anyone watching this video on YouTube, if you want to watch all these mock interviews, definitely you can go through the playlist. There is a DevOps interview question and answers. There you can find out the total mock interviews, and this mock interviews will going to continue if I get at least 50 likes on this video. If I don't get a 50 likes on this video, I will not going to upload this mock interview, because Akash also taking his time, right, apart from his job, and I am also taking my time apart from my job. So as we are investing our time, at least if you get give at least 50 likes, we will get a motivation. Okay, so let's start our mock interview. Yeah, Akash, can you able to introduce yourself?
Yes, sir. Good
You
afternoon,
can
sir.
tell your
My
fake.
name
Okay,
is
don't reveal any your personal details and all. Just
right.
reveal fake. Okay.
Yeah, right. Yes. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Akash Rawat. I've been working from last 3 years as a Devops engineer. In my current organization, I've been working on GitHub for source code version control, and along with that, I'm working in Jenkins for CI/CD pipelines. After that, I've been working in a Terraform for infrastructure management. And for containerization, we are using Docker. And to orchestrate the containers, we are using Kubernetes in my current organization. In my day-to-day activities, I have to collaborate with developers to provide Git access to them, to create repositories in GitHub, and to check merge conflicts along with that, and to make changes in repository when they raise PRs. Also, I have to build pipelines for continuous integration and deployment. In my organization, there are three types of environment, like dev environment, staging environment, and after that we have pre-prod environment and production environment. So we have to create pipelines to for continuous integration, and sometimes we have to manage infrastructure libraries as well. We have to create like VPCs and EC2 instances. So we use Terraform for this purpose, and for configuration management as well. We are using Ansible, or if any package needs to be installed on particular machines, and that. So this is kind of my
Okay, this is
introduction.
what about me. You can end like this.
Yes,
Superb,
yes,
Akash. I really impressed with your introduction part, because even this is the first mock interview you performed next level. Okay, and if you prepare, write a script. Okay, and
yes,
if you I'm not telling you you are not at all good. You are perfect. If you improve it more, right, definitely you will selected for the first round. They will schedule a second round as well for you. So you're perfect, and I'm impressed with that. So like this, you can continue. Definitely, you will going to crack in one of the big MNC company as a DevOps engineer. So let's start our mock interview. Okay.
yes, yes.
Okay. Can you able to explain the difference between this Docker run and Docker start?
Docker run and Docker start.
Yes.
Docker, sir, when we execute Docker run command, in that case, like if we have image, and we have to run a container. In that case, we have to execute the Docker run command. But if your container is already running, in that case, if you want to stop that container and again start that container, in that case, we will use Docker start, and with Docker container ID. In that case, stop container will get started.
Oh, that's great. So do you getting any background voice from my side? I'm just checking. Is
No,
there any
no, sir.
background
It's
voice?
okay.
Everything is perfect, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, you are right. You are perfect. You are first, like you have answered next level. It was good because until now, what whoever attended the mock interviews, right, they cannot able to answer some questions. But you are answering very well. Let's check. I will ask four more question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So how do you monitor Docker containers?
Uh, we monitor like Docker containers. We can check the logs of the container, and we check to check the log, like how to monitor. In that case, we check if Docker is running or not using Docker Docker container ps-a command. We can check the status of containers, whether it is exited or it is running from last how much time it is running, and we can check the status of containers there. And if in case the stopper get container gets stopped, in that case we can check the logs of the container.
How you will check the
um,
logs? What is the command?
Docker logs and a container id of the
Yes.
uh,
Yeah, you are
yes.
right. That's it. Shall we continue? You are perfect and you have answered the second question as well. And you have three more chances. So what is Docker
Yes.
Swarm?
So Docker Swarm is also a kind of orchestration tool, which will be used to orchestrate containers. And like if you want to deploy multiple containers in an environment, in that case we can use Docker Swarm for container orchestration. Oh, but we are not using that much in Docker Swarm. Mostly we are using Kubernetes in our environment.
Oh, that's great. So why Kubernetes? What is the difference?
Sir, the mainly differences are in Docker. Some we can use only Docker containers only. Other containers, like there are some other tools as well, like
Other
Rocket.
technologies, yeah.
Yes, we are not able to orchestrate that in Docker Swarm. So that is why in Kubernetes is we can deploy any kind of containerization tool using Kubernetes. So
Okay.
this is yes.
So one more thing, Docker Swarm doesn't support secrets. Like if you want to secure your passwords in Docker Swarm, it is not
Right.
supported. But in Kubernetes, there is a Kubernetes secrets. Using that secrets, you can save your secrets. And one more thing,
Yes.
in Docker, if something fails, right, you need to manually create your Docker containers in one more node. In Kubernetes, Kubernetes will handle that. That is second one. First is first one what I said in Docker Swarm,
S- yes. First one is uh,
secrets. Second
yes,
second
right,
one,
secrets.
yeah,
Second one is
second
we
one
have
will
to
be
manually.
manually start, like
Yes,
manually
yes,
create the containers. If node was
yes,
failed, right, in the another node you need to
yes,
manually create that container. Nothing but,
yes, yes.
and Kubernetes automatically it will shift the, it will create the containers. Okay.
Right, right, sir.
And third point, Docker Swarm doesn't support rollbacks. Like for suppose if you are
Right,
working on
right.
one version, if you go back to, if you do want to go back to
Yes.
the previous version, it's not supported. But Kubernetes supports. Okay, this is one
Supported.
difference.
Yes,
Like
yes,
this,
sir.
you can mention this. I'm just telling you for your future reference in the interview. If they
Right.
ask, right, you can tell
Yes,
these
sir.
3 points. That is more than enough. If they ask more, okay,
Yes, sir.
definitely this thing we will discuss. Okay.
Oh, right.
Yeah, one more thing. Whoever watching this video, right, in the next video, if you want Akash, definitely if you
Yes.
like 50, if I get 50 likes, definitely I will take Akash in the next mock interview because Akash is performing next level. It will help you for your interviews as well. So shall we continue the fourth question? There are only two questions are
Yes,
left.
sir. Yes, right, sir.
So how do you handle environmental variables in Docker?
Sir, environmental variables, like we can give environment variable we can provide through CMD, uh, and also while running container at that time also we can provide environment variables. Usually CMD instruction is used to give instruction and provide environment variable.
No, in the
in a Docker
CMD,
file.
like in the CMD, we will pass a command to run the application. No, you cannot able to set an environmental variable using CMD. Yeah, while running the Docker container, definitely you can able to pass the environmental variable. But if you want to pass environmental variable, right, you need to use
A,
env
and
instruction
B.
inside your Docker file.
Okay, okay, okay. ENV special, right, sir. By default, I think ENV is slash. I think in a container. If
Okay,
you want to
let's
change.
let's go to the last question. Like, can you able to explain the concept of microservices and how Docker supports this architecture?
Microservices like if we can say that if in case we have to build an application, in that case there are multiple modules, like if in case we take an example of Flipkart or Amazon, there are so many modules like payment modules, cart modules, and product modules as well. So in that case, instead of building an application in a single container, we can deploy mm, containers for particular modules, like separate containers for payment modules and cart modules, and like that. It is, we can say this is as a microservice architecture.
Okay, so if we get a huge traffic, then we can scale only that particular module. So that will help in Docker. Right? If there is no traffic, you can remove that containers. Okay, like this,
uh,
Docker will help us. Yes or no? You said
so
you will
for
deploy module as a microservice. So if there are 10 microservices, if I am getting a huge traffic on only payment service, okay, at that
yeah.
time I can only scale this payment containers.
No, sir. Docker will not scale itself. We have to use other tools for this purpose. Like as we mentioned, the Kubernetes will take care of this.
Yeah, whatever it may be, we can scale, right,
Yes, yes,
containers.
yes,
I'm
yes,
not talking
yes,
about the
yes,
Docker. I am
yes,
talking about the
yes.
containers.
Uh, uh,
It's okay only. Whoever
yes,
controlling the controller, they will control.
yes,
But
yes.
we
We
can able to
can.
scale, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shall we check the answers?
Right, sir. Yes, we can
Okay.
say.
I'm sharing my screen. Just let me know if you can
Sure.
able to see my screen.
Yes.
You can able to see my screen? Can you able to see my screen?
Sir, yes, sir. I'm able to see.
Okay. You can mute yourself.
Yes.
Okay. Here there are 5 Docker interview questions. Okay. First question I've asked you, explain the difference between Docker run and Docker start. You have explained me perfectly. Okay. Docker run creates a new container and starts it, whereas Docker start is used to start an existing stopped container. Okay, if you want to see with real life example, Docker run minus d minus minus name of your container and nginx. This will create a new container, run a new container. If you want to stop the container, Docker stop container. If you want to start the container again, Docker start container name. Second question, how do you monitor Docker containers? Okay, Docker containers can be monitored using built-in Docker commands such as Docker stats. Okay, if you execute Docker stats command, right, Docker stats container name, then you can able to see the resource usage, or whatever you said Docker logs. Yeah, definitely you can use that as well, but majority people use Docker stats, or you can use tools like Prometheus and Grafana and Docker dashboard to monitor. Okay, and next question I've
Yes.
asked you, what is a Docker swarm? You can mute yourself. Docker swarm is Docker's native clustering and orchestration tool. Okay, if you want to initialize the Docker swarm, you can enter Docker swarm in it. So if you want to join a node, Docker swarm join token. So how do you handle environmental variables in Docker? Environmental variable can be passed to a Docker container in several ways, such as using -e flag with Docker run or specifying them in a Docker compose file. Okay. While running the Docker container, if you want to change the environmental variable, you need to use -e, right? You see, Docker run -d run the container in the background, -e environmental variable and the value for this environmental variable, and minus minus name your container name. Okay, nginx.
See, actually, your voice is breaking. I'm not sure if it is
Okay,
because of my internet or.
voice is breaking.
Yeah, yeah.
From how much long? Which it is from the beginning or like what?
Just from a minute. No, sir. Just from a minute. When you start to
Okay,
explain
okay.
this.
N-
Yes. Now
now?
it is okay. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Okay. So docker run minus d minus e, and you can pass the environmental variable. Okay. Using environmental variable in docker compose file. If you want to use environmental compose file, you can use this tag environment and variable and the value. Okay. In the fifth question, can you explain the concept of microservices and how Docker supports this architecture? So microservices is an architectural style that structures an application as collection of loosely coupled services. So as you said that module is nothing but a service. Each service is a fine-grained and implemented a single business capability. Docker supports microservices by providing isolated environment containers. I told you right, for each service, if you can able to scale your containers. So Docker Compose for microservices. Okay, service 1, service 2, service 3. If you want to create multiple containers, right, you can use Docker Compose. If you execute Docker Compose up, it will create all three containers at a once time. Okay, these are the scripts and examples should help reinforce and practice understanding of Docker concepts. Okay, whatever the notes and questions and answers, right, you know, right, where it is updated.
Yes, sir.
So if you go to my GitHub, Devops easy repositories. Okay, there is a DevOps mock interview, and if you see, it's a private.
Yes.
Okay, from day 1 to day 2021. Today we have discussed, right? Today is day 21 mock interview. Whatever we discussed exactly was written. Not today is day 21, like what? Sorry, 22, right?
Yeah.
Yesterday was day 21. Sorry for that. Okay, what is the difference between Docker what is Docker Swarm, right? Everything was updated. And there is one restriction. Whoever enroll for my total DevOps, right? Only that people will get an access to this. So no one will, everyone will not get an access. That is the first point. You need to enroll for total DevOps. So whoever watching this video, if you are looking for DevOps training, right, definitely you can enroll. And one more restriction, and you will get an access to this repository because I didn't give an access to everyone. You can see. I will go to collaborators. Okay, just give me a moment. Just a moment. I will just enter my code. 9. Okay, you can see I've just given to some people. So if you see, he has attended nearly 10 plus mock interviews. So whoever attend the mock interviews, right, for them only I will give an access. Because if I directly give an access, there is no point. People will just take an access and they will keep aside and they will not utilize for the interviews. So I will give access to the people who at least attend mock interviews. Okay, at least five plus mock interviews with me. Then you will get directly access for all. You can check out and it will help you a lot for your interviews. And yeah, Akash, you have attended first mock interview and thanks for joining. Okay, I'm I request you to
Thank you.
join some more mock interviews.
Sure.
Okay,
Yes.
and I will stop the recording.